Hi everybody, Alex here. Thank you for watching my vlog. I hope you're going to find this interesting. I'm going to be talking today about anger. Okay, so I've been doing a series of vlogs about different emotions and about the purpose of these emotions. And our goal really is to understand why we have unpleasant emotions and to change our relationship with them so that we don't push them away, we don't try and avoid them, we actually can get to know them, let them be there if they're helpful, and ride out those waves a little more easily. So anger is a super common emotion that people talk to me about when they come and see me. Okay, often they'll come in and say, oh, I'm just so angry all the time, or I fly off and have these sort of fits of rage and I don't know what to do about it. The important thing to understand about anger, first of all, is that it is what we call a secondary emotion. Okay, there's always something underneath the anger, some other emotion. So in DBT therapy, we put emotions into two different categories: primary emotions and secondary emotions. So the theory is a primary emotion comes first, and then directly after that, almost instantly, a secondary emotion shows up. Okay, so when we talk about anger, we want to acknowledge that anger is never actually the real issue. There's going to be something else under the anger. It's going to be hurt, pain, fear, or sadness, okay, that actually needs our attention. But we're going to talk about anger because it comes up for people a lot, and I want you to understand the purpose of it so you can start to ask yourself if it's valid or helpful in certain situations, right? So what is the purpose of anger? Why do we have it? Anger is not a bad emotion, okay? Anger can be super helpful in some situations. Like think about injustices in the world. If nobody got angry about injustice, there would be no social change, right? There would be, no fighting for minority rights or different things that really need to change. So anger can be very, very useful for those sorts of things, or standing up to a bully or something like that, right? Anger could be super useful. But anger can also be very destructive. Yeah, if I'm like getting angry at my friends a lot, probably going to be destroying some relationships or doing some damage there. Plus, anger doesn't feel very good if we're sitting with it a lot of the time. When it comes and goes, you can handle it. But when it's there all the time, just sort of niggling away, it's very, very stressful. Okay, so why does anger show up? The purpose of anger is to increase our sense of power and control, right? So anger shows up usually when we're feeling weak or helpless or vulnerable, right? And so anger shows up to like sort it out, right? Very, very helpful again in certain situations, but not so much in others. So what we want to ask ourselves is, is this a situation where anger is going to help me to take some action that's necessary, right? Um, if I do need more power and control in a situation, the answer might be yes. Okay, so I'm going to use my anger to help me in this situation. But if we're talking about relationships, maybe we're perceiving that somebody is taking away our power or trying to control us when maybe they're not, right? So that would be really important to figure out. Is this person actually trying to disempower me? Is this person actually trying to control me? If yes, by all means, stand up for yourself and use your anger appropriately, right? You don't have to punch them in the face, but you could speak quite assertively to them about that, or just say, no, I'm not going to tolerate that, right? If someone's treating you really badly, that would be great. But if it's a miscommunication, somebody's made a comment and you've, put an interpretation to it that's maybe not what they meant, what you heard is not actually what they meant, then the anger might be very unhelpful. It could damage the relationship. So we want to be able to pause and just ask that question, right? Is this anger going to be helpful in this situation? What I then talk to my clients about is let's try and figure out what's under the anger, because if we address that, actually the anger will go away on its own, right? So what's under the anger? Is it hurt, pain, fear, or sadness? And as soon as we can name that for ourselves and deal with that and say, what is that primary emotion trying to tell me, then we're actually well on our way to resolving the anger, right? You take care of the underlying emotion, the anger goes with it. Right. So I hope that's helpful. If you want more information about this stuff or about DBT therapy or about me, go to my website, check it out, look at my social media stuff. I'd love to hear from you as well if you have any questions or comments or things you want me to talk about in the future. All right, I hope you're all having a great day. See you next time. Bye.